In this video, I will export the animation that we created in previous video. The most important part is to choose the right settings for exporting video. Let's go to printer icon on the properties panel on the right side, and here in this scene options we can change resolution, aspect ratio. Here we can select where our frame starts and frame ends. That means here we can decide not to export the whole animation but export only part of it. Here we can also set frames per second. By default in Blender 24 frames per second is selected. In movies 24 frames is standard and 12 is the standard in animation. Of course, for special effects you can change these settings. The last part, which is very important, is the output settings. So first let's select where we're going to export our video. I'll click on this folder icon, go to Documents, create new directory. I click here and say Animation Blender. I will click Accept. However, if I click Accepted, I can see now that the output will be Documents. It doesn't show the folder I created. I have to click again. I have to open the folder where I want to export. So I will select Animation Blender to get into this folder, and here I will click Accept. Now I can see that the right folder was selected. For example, if you choose movie file format, it can happen that your computer will crash and you will lose all your rendered animation. Rendering animation can take hours and sometimes even days. That is the reason why if you decided to export as video file format as movie, and if your computer crash, you will lose the whole animation, meaning you will have to start all over again. That's why I recommend you to use image file format. If you choose, for example, JPEG for a very simple animation, you will avoid losing your rendered video. Choosing JPEG or other image format, every single frame will be exported to your folder, and while Blender still can crash, you already might have half of the frames rendered and do not need to start all over again from frame 1. Just restart Blender and choose to render starting from the last exported frame. This is also helpful when you need to do other things with your computer. You can stop the rendering and start rendering next day, starting from the last exported frame. The last point is that you know Adobe Premiere very well by now, and you might want to add some final color grading or add sound in Adobe Premiere. This will be the only time when I will, instead of using images, I will choose video and I will choose MPEG file format. With this file format selected, I get other options. I get container, I get video codec, which is H.264, and this is what we want, and also I can choose output quality. Instead of medium quality, I will choose high quality for now. With these settings, I could already start exporting. However, I want to save the file, clicking Command S, and before that I want to watch my animation one more time again. And to do that, I'll just click space button and I see how it works. I want to export this animation having the background enabled. So now I'll go back to layers panel, select the background which is hidden, and click on the eye to enable it again. I can click space again. I can see that in animation window it works just fine. I click space again, but I want to review it to see how it looks with colors. If I go on the right side in the upper corner and choose the fourth icon that says render preview, I can see that the color appears only in this window, but I don't see it in the left side in the camera view. So I will go back to the 3D viewport and disable that, and I will go back to solid mode. In the camera view, I will select display render preview, and I'll make this window a little bit bigger to see what camera sees. I can click space to see how my animation works, and this is exactly the animation and the camera view that I want to export. I will click space to stop it. I will go to render in the top and click render animation. Here I'm getting new window, and you can see that in the left upper corner I can see that the frames are counting. So that means that my animation is now being rendered. I have to wait for a couple of minutes. With Eevee render engine selected, this shouldn't take too long. You can expect that this 4 seconds animation may take a couple of minutes. It can take up to 10 minutes. With the last frame 96, here I should expect that this video has been already exported. I could just go through the folders and find the video, find the folder where I saved it, and I go to the folder where I saved it, and here I see that there is file. The file format is MKV. I can open VLC player and move this in, and here I should see animation playing as a video. And here we will end with this video.